Sky High. Batteron, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, has a suggestion to put you on the road towards new adventures. How do you fare, Lavenza? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well then, I have an idea where you might try heading next. Have you heard of the Skylift out in Middle Enosia? If you've ever visited Wood Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down that thing at least once. It's that big bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff face. Hard labor, that. And I hear they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs, what no other bugger has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, bloke by the name of Verkerit, and he'll be sure to put you to work on a task or two. And he doesn't have anything to say either. Yeah, I may butcher the names, but at least I give him a good, honest try. Okay, yeah, so it's out in Middle Enosia. God, there's no music now. Like, I turned off the mount music just because mounting up and, mounting and unmounting so often, I just, the music cutting on and off all the time would be, I don't know, just annoying or whatever. But now there's no music. I guess it is nighttime. Calming. Where are we? Oh, okay. Batteron sent you out here, did he? Then consider yourself welcome at the Skylift. Look at that bloody cliff, will you? One blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Oh, interesting. I didn't know it was created by that. Cargo still needs to get through, though. So this mess of wood and pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. If the gods were kind, and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen more workers to handle me growing list of headaches. Thanks a million. Worker, a Skylift operator needs you to recover a cargo load abandoned by a terrified wagon driver and deliver it to its intended recipient. Glad I am to see you again, lass. A wagon driver, see me again. This isn't even like I get that with the quests that are at the end of patches, because there's a time period before you go back to them. But this isn't that. Okay, anyway, glad I am to see you again, lass. A wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity what sprang out from a million corn seedling in his cargo. That's so funny. When I read the quest name, what was it, like 1 in a million or whatever? The first thing I thought of was million corn, and then I thought of the Final Fantasy XI. What was that for? It was to get some type of item or something. You had to turn in like a ton of million corn to get your reputation up. Anyway, for those that played 11, they'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side before turning tail and running for his life. I need you to head down the road, recover that seedling, and deliver it to Lilf over at Swift Perch in western Lenosha. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant, and you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an aetheryte in Swiftport, so the journey should be worth your while. So that's nice. I can just pick up the item and then just immediately teleport to Swiftperch. The benefits of New Game Plus. I don't, there's just something so silly about that. So yeah, Swiftperch. I don't know what. I was like, do I go around? Do I jump over? I'll go around a little, then jump over. Has Nemia herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of million corn, I at least expected the seedling to be delivered before disaster struck. This strain of million corn has been bred over generations to grow in even the rockiest of soils. Is that my million corn seedling? A joyous day. It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swiftperch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corns. You, madam, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? Sure, why not? Nod. And then he doesn't even have the quest. What's up with that? He doesn't even have anything to say either. Freyloaf? Is that his name? Relighting the torch. Freyloaf, a yellow jacket on guard duty in Swiftperch, wants you to visit the Brewer's Beacon and investigate the reason behind the waning light. You there, adventurer, cast your eyes toward the Brewer's Beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship sailing in the bay. I would march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty-bound to remain at my post. Well, yeah, all quest givers are. I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to the Brewer's Beacon and see if aught has befallen Consvis, the lighthouse keeper. It used to be that these lands were covered with a blanket of wheat and a small settlement flourishing a short walk to the north of here. The ravages of the calamity put an end to that, as you can see. They did their best to rebuild, given the momentum of the initiative to restore the aetheryte camps, but it's as if the very life has been leached from the ground. Few can seem to muster the enthusiasm needed to bring vitality back to this barren soil. Yeah, I don't know. I think, like, a lot of these basic quest givers, that's just their small talk. It's like I want to talk to, the ones that I actually have interesting things to say, but that's likely going to be like the more, I don't know, major NPCs, the scions and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'm going to continue to read, just Joe Blow NPCs stuff. Consvis. Consvis? Uh, you say a yellow jacket sent you here, me light's grown dim, has it? Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb what fuels me furnace has up and buggered off, you see. If I don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble in the water. I know you're just the messenger, lass, but I can tell a venture when I see one. I'm going to need you to chase down that bomb and bring back a claw, what you ripped from its smoldering corpse. So don't bring back the the bomb itself, just a part of it'll do. Take this here iron brazier and ooh, sorry about that. Set her down in the middle of the flock. Somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. You get a nice fire going, and that frisky bomb will soon be about. Uh, Watch you don't singe your eyebrows, lass. Oh, iron brew. When lit, this receptacle will only produce light, but provide heat to the immediate area. Will not only produce light, but provide heat to the immediate area. Oh, the reading. The reading. Okay, yes. I gotta interact with it too. Yeah. It just says lighted. Oh, okay. It wasn't lit. Again, I'm dumb. It's like, of course, the like black smoke coming off of it is not lit. All you need to do is take down that runaway bomb and bring me one of its little claws. Unbearably hot to the touch, this remnant of a void sent bomb will set aflame nearly anything it comes in contact with. Ah, you got the ashy bastard, did you? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. I had myself a bit of a look while you was gone, and Limlane cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. I patched things up as best I could, but I ain't no smithy. You might want to have a chat with that yellow jacket friend of yours and Swift Perch and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. You know, I'm a level 80 blacksmith and armor smith. I mean, I could probably do it. Just give me the mats. The furnace is damaged, is it? Very well. I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must needs be effected without delay. It seems I have another favor to ask of you, adventurer. Take yourself straightways to the Armorers Guild in Limsala Minza and explain the situation for Forge Master Neza. God, it sounds like I don't know, like about to sneeze or something. Neza. Actually, I'll just call her Neza. I think that's the thing with the Makote. Like, you don't have to pronounce the first letter, but I don't remember the circumstances for it. Like, I know it's something to do with familiarity, but I don't know if it's you pronounce it. I want to say that you can pronounce it without the first letter if you're familiar with them. I think. I don't know. Aft Castle, I believe, is the closest. Yeah, and she's outside. It'll be interesting when she addresses me like she's never met me. It's like, I'm in your guild? The furnace in the brewer's beacon needs repairs. Firegod's beard. I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week past. Mayhap the bomb Consvis had trapped in there was a touch too volatile. I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. Your work is done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journeys. Well, that was ambiguous enough. Oh, well, I got more with her. On to the dry docks. Forge Master Neza, head of Naldic and Vimelis, wants you to assist with the workload over at the Morbi dry docks. What say you to taking on some work from Naldic and Vimelis? We've a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this missive over to Otburn, the head shipwright at the Morbi dry docks. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Lower Lenosha. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Naldic and Vermelis. The Morbi dry docks is one of Limsa Laminza's most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's aetheryte. If you've no confidence in your sense of direction, you'd be best served making use of the chocobo porters, first floor of the mizzenmast, in case you were wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. Or I'll just teleport. Where are we at here? Where are we at? Oh, right there. You have a missive for me from Forge Master Neza. I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of the materials I ordered over a moon past. Let's see it then. Important message entrusted to you by Naldic and Vermelis, Forge Master Neza, with orders to deliver it to Victory Shipwright Otburn. And I read some of that, like most of them are just like that. It's very kind of whatever. But some of them are actually kind of funny, so that's why I read them, in case you were wondering. Blast and botheration. Another delay? I'm well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. Sigh. I'm like, should I say sigh or should I actually make a sigh? I think I did a bit of both there. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Lavenza, is it? Well, Lavenza, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It is the symbol of Limsa Laminsa's rebirth from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the seventh umbral era. Thus, we are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside the thalassocracy. Yeah, I got that right. Yet, even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Be you fair warned, there is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. Well, I'm neither, sir. Without a doubt. Otbrim is looking for a member of his crew and the items he was supposed to deliver. Where in the seven hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Farilsmid, recently left Candlekeep Quay to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa Laminza, but is yet to return. I have sent several missives to Halbroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. That man knows something, and I severely doubt, that's going to mean I'm going to have to wag my finger at somebody, he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Halbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Well then, that's quite the response. No, there's not a... For some reason I was thinking there was an aetheryte there, but there's not. It's just a... I think like a boat or something you can take there. I could be wrong, though. Does that self-righteous dog Otbrim doubt that I've never told him anything less than the truth? As a matter of fact, sir, he does. Turtleback Island, he cannot do that, can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, Navigator Ruster's soul, I know not of this Farilsmid, nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the Quay have had enough trouble these past few suns. What with the sinking of that Laminzan cargo ship off the Salt Strand, I haven't the time to take proper. I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders in off the grip. Writing the shipwright. Halbroda has a suggestion for the kind adventurer who came bearing Foreman Otbrim's message. Now, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, then you most certainly have the time to get that arse of yours down to the Salt Strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows, you may just run across this Farilsmid everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the Navigator hasn't found him first. Itchy nose. It's so funny, like, I'm kind of paying attention to my own reading, and I think I'm doing all right, but I notice every time I get to a name, it's just like, whoop, stop, Take a breath. Let's try to get this right. I'm Mid. You say the foreman's wondering on. You say the foreman's wondering on me whereabouts. I was just saying I think I'm doing all right reading. I thought he might be, but you must know. Uh, I cannot I cannot show me face at the dry docks until I've righted the terrible wrong I've caused. 2 nights past, I made the trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Quay just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs. So I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we was halfway twixt shore and ship, the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yalms, and 'twasn't long afore the waves had hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into the Leminson galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the salt strand. I've made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with kirkern. And I ain't a one with a sword. And now you see why it is I cannot return to the dry docks. Man, this reading. I'll get better. I mean, honestly, like, how many people, like, read out loud a lot? Takes some getting used to. That's cool. I don't need your help, but thanks. Tangle the rigging. I know it's so dumb, but I just find it funny to just one-shot stuff. Folded sailcloth. I mean, because really, like, I don't spend that much time in low-level zones, so I'm not running around, like, one-shotting things. Most of the time I'm in low-level zones is because I'm gathering. And then, I mean, you're basically invisible. Or at least don't aggro. That night I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long before the world round me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. But lo, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the 7 hells, and I woke to find myself washed ashore. And here I's been ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage me master's cargo. A piece of nautical equipment intended for the victory and sought after by shipwrecked. A piece of nautical equipment and a piece of nautical equipment. The missing parts. I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but first I must stop by the quay so that I might pay me respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could you tell Otbrim that I'll be back at the dry docks by nightfall? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. I was just thinking whether or not I should have taken the Aetherite, but I think it's just close enough. It's kind of like, no. That's just lazy. I am relieved to hear that both Frilsmid and the supplies are unharmed, though it was foolish for me to believe that I would blame him for which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seas here adjacent the dry docks were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered off Canokeep Quay was of a less natural sort, the sort, the sort which the Sahagin have been known to conjure. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you want to join me live, please jump over to my Twitch channel, same name as this one, Game Shark, with a C, not like the fish. I'll be over there every Tuesday through Saturday, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time. Again, thank you for watching.